Yo guys, what's good, what's happening, and what's going on? It's motherfucking Monday, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch because I have to go to work, for sakes. Oh well. Ah well. It's a beautiful day in the bay because it's hot as hell today. Yay, yay. Yeah, yesterday it was hot as hell out. Today it's hot as hell out. Yeah, first day of summer was on Friday and it's letting us know. It's definitely letting us know. Anyway, gotta go to work today, put in some time, and then tonight I'm doing back-to-back martial arts. I'm gonna start my new regime of doing martial arts twice on Monday, karate and Panantukan, and then on Tuesday, modern arnis, and then I'll have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off to go fishing. I don't have you guys on the tripod. You're literally balancing on the frickin' camera itself. But no, I decided to go this route for martial arts because it's summertime, right? And the nice thing about the way martial arts works is now we have options on days when we can train. Before it was like Tuesday was modern arnis. Thursday was, where the frick are my things? Oh man, I'm running out of juice additives. Oh, well, whatever. We'll figure it out. Yeah, Tuesday was modern arnis, Thursday was kickboxing, and that was it. Now we can like do modern arnis on Tuesday or Wednesday. We can do kickboxing on Monday or Thursday. But karate's only Monday, so it's like you only have the one day for karate, not a big deal. However, if I can get my training in early in the week, then I can save the rest of the week for fun things that are not fighting related. I'm not saying I don't like the fighting, I like fishing more, right? So that's a thing. Now, Saturday, remember I talked about Saturday, how we had that wicked storm? I had no idea what happened. So one of the places I want to consider camping at is called Samuel du Champlain. It's down on Highway 17 out in Calvin Township. As a kid, we used to go there all the freaking time. We did camp one night, overnight there. And as kids, but normally we would just go there for the day, get a day pass, and go and hang out down at the campground, swim in the lake and all that, and just enjoy life. And you know, I think the parents would get a big bucket of chicken from KFC and some Sandos for lunch and stuff, and we would just go down there, chill out on the beach, and hang out. Like I said, there was one time where we actually did camp out, but we got rained out of that one. And it turned out our tent wasn't really waterproof, and yeah, it was a good time. Not really, but you know, whatever. Anyway, all right, I got everything. Let's get the frick out of here. Get off to the office, put in my time. But yeah, Saturday when we had, I was gonna stream Saturday night, but then this storm kicked up and it was completely insane. Like, I'm talking about buckets of water dropping from the skies. I'm talking about like chain lightning. Like, I mean, it was like flicker, 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 flicker. It was like being in a freaking photo op. I was 1000% convinced we were gonna lose power that night. So I'm like, I'm not gonna bother streaming, because if we lose power midstream, I have no way to end the stream because of the method I use for streaming. So I was like, I'm not gonna bother streaming. I guess I need keys in order to drive my vehicle, right? Yeah, normally that works out good there. Oh, guess what? It's Monday. I forgot my headphones. Telling you boys. Not gonna leave that door open. But yeah, like, it was a brutal storm. Like, I should have filmed some of it because it was simply insane. There you go, got my headphones, got my wallet, got my phone, everything's good to go. Yeah, but I didn't realize how bad the storm was until yesterday when I'm like going through the bay today, realizing that our hospital was in a condition orange. What the frick is a condition orange, I asked myself. Well, turns out when a catastrophe happens in an area and they're expecting, holy shit, boys, it's like 7:30 out and it is hot as balls. Wow. Anyway, I keep falling off topic. A condition orange is basically when something happens, like a natural disaster or whatever, and they're expecting more than normal people to show up at the hospital. They initiate a condition orange, all hands on deck, and then they get to work. So I saw some postings of the storm online from friends, and it was pretty insane. It was pretty brutal. The reason why I brought up Samuel du Champlain is because they actually had to send in the OPP and a few other contingencies to evacuate people from the park because the entire roadway washed away. Trees were down blocking roadways. Like, it was brutal. And I was debating on going camping there last weekend, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I watched the news, or not the news, but just brought up the weather, which which I tend to do a lot. We won't be seeing these guys on the road anymore very soon. This is the last week of school for these guys. Yeah, guys, we're still in June, even though you're probably watching this in July. You're probably watching it at the end of June. No, it's happening on Saturday. Never mind. Are you going to make the turn, or are we just going to creep it? Holy, bud. First time out in a school bus? Cool. But yeah, no, it was a wicked storm. It was crazy. I didn't lose power, though. I totally could have streamed, but I didn't want to risk it for a biscuit. See, the problem is like, when you stream on Twitch, you just send the stream through OBS and it starts and stops it, right? Where when you stream on YouTube, you manually have to click the start and stop button on the YouTube page itself. You can do like Twitch and just live feed and send it through like just a generic link, and then it'll just call it my stream until you rename it on YouTube. But like, frig it. I like doing it the other way, where you give it a thumbnail and stuff and you schedule it, and then people see it, and then they can choose if they want to watch it, or if they don't care, then who cares, you know? But yeah, anyway. So yeah, it was a wicked storm that happened. And yesterday it was sunny out, but it was also like 32 degrees centigrade. Like, frig's sake, way too hot to do anything. I didn't feel like doing anything. I literally just stayed home all day and did frig all. Did some laundry and I cleaned up the litter box. I did my monthly soil change on the litter box and just chilled out. Frig that. I wasn't going anywhere. Looked at the boat a bit. Tried to get an identifier off the motor. Light screen asshole. Holy shit. Freaking nerd so busy staring at the other side to see if traffic's oncoming or not. But yeah, like, definitely yesterday was a lazy day and I didn't film, and that's all right. You know, I'm doing these daily videos now, but that may end. That may end, depending on content and stuff. Holy, this road is shit. What happened? But yeah, this weekend was, I don't know. Saturday I had to find something to do. Luckily we got the oil changed on this thing and we're good there. I do need to get out and grab my air compressor and start filling up the tires. It's pretty funny. I told the guy at Jiffy Lube that I had 47,000. Well, I have 48,000 now. But he marked down on the friggin' mileage thing. I'm like, why does he want me to come back at 49,000? Because the dum-dum put down 41,000 kilometers on the truck. Like, what the frick? How come these, whatever. I go by the carburetor anyway. When I see it get down to 10% oil life expectancy, then I bring it in and get it done. Usually that's about 7,000 kilometers. But yeah, I guess tonight we'll see what it's like to do kickboxing and karate in one day. And if it's a bit too much, well, then we'll cut back. Probably won't be a bit too much. It'll probably be just fine. I can't see why not. It's just a lot of data coming in at once. No, like freaking Saturday, like I'm glad I went fishing. I'm glad I caught a fish on the first cast. That's pretty dope. Yesterday, I didn't even want to bother fishing. Like, fishing kind of sucks right now because of the shad flies are out. So it's a pain in the arse to go night fishing because, like, people have already said, like, when the walleye turn on at night, they tend to not turn on so hard when the shads are out, because why come in for hot dogs and hamburgers when the friggin' buffet is open, you know? Like, all the shad larvae. Holy shit, bud. What the frick? Did you guys see that awesome U-turn? Buddy just friggin' pulls a U-turn and goes into the on-ramp for friggin' Highway 1117. Jesus. But, yeah, so the moment the shads turn on, the bite turns off. So nippusing right now is kind of shite, but whatever. Also, guys, you guys are watching this on Saturday the 28th. Yesterday, Friday the 27th, it's officially been 1 year since Oreo was put down. So that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. Not to kill anybody's friggin' mood out there or anything, but thought I'd bring it up. And it's funny though, because like since Oreo passed, like 3 months after he passed, I had friends who bought dogs, and then literally realized what I've been talking about for the longest time, that it's harder to get somebody to watch your dog than it is to get somebody to watch your child. So they want to do things, and they realize with a dog you kind of can't, because if you can't get anybody to watch it, you can't. So then they try and pawn the dogs off on me. Not to babysit, basically to have. And I'm like, no, I'm done with dogs, man. Cats are one thing, dogs are another. Like, you get really attached to a dog because they follow you around and they literally become your shadow. Where a cat, like, they're so damn independent that, you know, whatever. Like Scampers, she only needs like 10 minutes of attention a day and then she's good. Well, that's all she wants anyway. If I pet her any longer than that, she freaks out and bites me. But yeah, I don't know. I told him, frig off, like, deal with your responsibilities. You got 15 years, bud, have fun. Anyway, guys, I'm almost at work. I'll chime back in after the transition. Peace. It's after the transition. It's freaking 4 o'clock. Time to go home. Guys, it's so freaking hot out right now. It's like my truck says, when I left the parking lot, my truck said it was 30 degrees and it's already gone up to 35 degrees. Like, I'm gonna die tonight in martial arts. We don't have air conditioning in the studio yet. I'm gonna die. It's gonna be hot karate, hot kickboxing. I'm going to sweat my tits off and I'm going to die. It is the way. Death will be had. Oh man, not looking forward to this. But whatever, we'll get it done early in the week, and that way that gives me the rest of the week to fish. Mind you, if I didn't have karate tonight, if I didn't have any of this tonight, I probably would be out fishing. But whatever, we'll figure this out. Not a big deal. And then I got a meat order to pick up. I got like 8 items to go and scoop up, restock the freezer. But holy, this is brutal weather, man. This is really, really brutal weather. Because it's like when I was in Mexico, it was like 28 to 35 degrees Celsius. But it wasn't a damp heat. It was a dry heat. You didn't even notice it. You noticed it the next day when you woke up and you couldn't touch yourself because it hurt, because you burnt. But other than that, the heat was beautiful. It was a dry heat. Up here in Northern Ontario, the heat's a freaking muggy heat. So it's hard to breathe. It's hard to do anything. It's like, it really blows your mind. And the best part is the AC in the building was out for most of the day because a breaker blew or something over the weekend. I don't know, but went into the friggin' office today and it was like the swamps of Dagobah. It was like, holy crap, I was looking for frickin' Yoda. See if he wants to lift an X-Wing fighter with his mind powers. But yeah, it was very unpleasant in the morning. Finally, they got the AC on by around 10 o'clock and the building cooled down by around friggin' 12:30-ish. But like I say, man, we'll just push on through. Push on through, right? Just friggin' give her. But I can tell you one thing, for karate tonight, hopefully coach doesn't mandate the gi top, because I really don't want to be wearing the gi top. That thing is going to be my gi top is like thicker than a traditional karate gi top. I think I bought the wrong gi, to be honest, because it's like some thick frickin' fabric. Like, it's not fleece lined or anything, but like, it's just really, really thick. But it's sweet. Like when you throw a good solid punch, it snaps. So you get that like kung fu hustle type feel to your punches, and it makes you feel cool. But other than that, the damn thing is as hot as hell. I'm gonna bring it with me, but I'm probably not gonna wear it just because death is not an option. Overheating is not an option. I already run hot as it is, mainly because I packed on a whole bunch of freaking weight, and you guys already know that because you can see it in the videos. Your boy over here needs to friggin' start taking matters into his own hands and smarten the frig up. Kind of let myself go over a year ago when Potato passed away, and ever since Oreo leaving, I kind of didn't give a shit, you know? Haven't been focusing as hard, and I gotta smarten up. Start focusing, start watching the calories I consume, start burning more in a day, get my weight back down, because, yeah, this is not good. At least my pants still fit. That's probably the only good part about it. Not like I gotta go back into my fat man clothing that I threw in the garbage. But no, I gotta smarten up. Cut back on the carbohydrates, pretty much go on a carnivore diet, get back to using fat as fuel, get the body all tuned in for ketosis, and then start doing some like 24 to 36 hour fasts. You can really get shit tuned up. It's the only way. I don't do anything that's really intense. Like, martial arts is about the only thing I do that's really intense. You know, if I was an athlete playing like hockey or baseball or something where I had to use burst, then yeah, I would definitely consider using carbohydrates at that point. But honestly, I don't need that many carbohydrates. How does this guy, I'm doing 40 and I'm keeping up with this scooter. How is bro able to make that scooter go 40? I thought those things topped out at 32. That's actually freaking decent. Kind of need one of those little freaking Razor electric scooters. Mind you, with my current weight, that'd be, probably hate life and want to explode. Yeah, just ignore the stop sign, bud. Stop signs are optional when you're on a bike, eh? In case you guys didn't know that. Cyclists don't have to obey road laws. Oh well, we're home now to our non-air conditioned house. Good times. I do need to go into my martial arts gear though and pull out a few live weapons that I brought down with me to when we had our opening. I have a kukri back there and my training tomahawk, and probably shouldn't leave those in my bag because kukri doesn't stay sheathed, and it's just a matter of time before it ends up blade down in the bag and cuts a hole through it. I gotta turn you guys off. Holy, is it ever gross out there, guys. It's freaking disgusting. But no, I've had this and this. This is just a trainer, it's not the real deal. In my truck this whole freaking time. And I've been meaning to take it out because the kukri keeps falling out of its scabbard because, well, it's just gravity fit, right? Oh, it's disgusting in here. Holy. Put those guys up there. I still have nowhere to mount this thing because of the weird shape of the scabbard. But holy, it's disgusting in this room right now. So disgusting. Alrighty guys, home from karate slash kickboxing, or kickboxing slash karate. Holy, that was warm. Freaking we start off, coach is like, we're just gonna do a light warm up tonight. Throws out some jumping ropes, skipping ropes, whatever you want to call them. I have never skipped a day in my life. I'd say I didn't do too bad on the skipping, but I know I did really bad on the skipping because I kept catching my legs or running into the rope or whatever. Whatever. It was 1 minute on, 1 minute off, 5 rounds in a sauna. Friggin' still a sauna out here. You walk out of the house and you don't even feel a change in temperature. The wind's blowing, it's hot as hell. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I forgot my phone and wallet in the truck. And then, so we did kickboxing at first, which we did skipping, and then we did some pad work. And then we did some trapping hand shit, fun stuff, basic pan and tukin stuff. And then after that, we did karate, practicing katas for yellow belt, getting those down to a science, you know how it is. And then it was time to leave. And that's when I discovered 2 things. Number 1, there was a guy in the parking lot. Every time he turned his key, tick, 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 his battery was cooked. So I went over and I'm like, hey, you okay? And he goes, no, my car won't start. I don't know why. And I'm like, turn the key again. I'm looking at his stereo. He's like, why are you looking at the stereo? I said, yeah, your battery's done. As soon as he turned the key and the stereo turned off and all auxiliaries turned off, I'm like, hey, your battery's dead. I can give you a boost, but I can't guarantee your battery's going to hold much of a charge. I'm like, you're going to want to go for a good long drive to try and charge it up. Unless you have a trickle charger, you're going to want to plug your car in and let it, get some power back. But you're probably going to want to replace your battery. But I boosted his car and that was awesome. And then went over to No Frills, picked up my meat order, grabbed my phone, right, to check the email to make sure I counted the right amount of items because I got skimped that one time. And never again am I letting that happen. So here's the box the meat order came in. That's going to go out with recycling. I believe that's this week. I got another box of recycling right here. And I got a box going upstairs. Tons of recycling shit to deal with. What freaking time is it? 8:48. I'm not even gonna bother setting the stove on, that's a pain in the ass, as long as one's set down here. But yeah, so then I go check my phone to see how many items are supposed to be on the order. When I see this message on my screen saying, your account is restricted, and I'm like, what? And I check it out, it's Facebook. I'm banned on Facebook again because of shit I posted. But not recent shit. Oh no, not recent shit. This is a post from February 2nd, 2023 that I posted, and it's literally like this little kid looking at 2 grown women in bikinis, and it says, it was at this moment that little Johnny forgot that he had, or forgot about his PS5 or some shit like that. And it's funny, but I got banned because it involves children in a sexual nature. Like, it's women in a bikini and a boy staring at them. What the frick, man? I post way worse shit than that on Facebook, and that gets me clocked. So now I can't post on Facebook, I can't chat on Messenger, I can't start or I can't do voice calls over Messenger. Basically, I can't use Facebook. I can go on there and look at people's shit, but I can't do anything on there. So I'm like, whatever. Facebook's kind of a joke. That's why I only go on there to post memes. I like the Messenger feature because I can talk to pretty much everybody, and we kind of use it in the club to chat. But in all honesty, I could do without it. Social media is a big waste of time, and it's not good for your mental health either, if you think about it. Too many people compare their lives to people's lives on Facebook and Instagram and all that. And it's like, you don't realize that what you're looking at is just a moment they had. Doesn't mean their life is all that amazing all the freaking time. It's like a one-time thing, but they spread the photos out to come out like slowly over like 30 days. So it looks like they're living this lush life. And it's literally like a 3-day vacation somewhere. And they just took like 300 photos and they're posting one a day. So you really got to think about it. Also, guys, I made a steak. I've been craving steak. This is my OMAD for the day. But yeah, I think going forward, I might be doing this except for next Monday, depending on what's going on. That, and I don't even know if Coach is open because it's Canada Day weekend. So he might close down shop Monday and Tuesday and spend it out at his trailer. And if that's the case, then class is definitely off. But I can go Wednesday and hit up Sticks, and Thursday and hit up Panantukan. So that works for me. But anyway, guys, on that note, I'm going to shut her down here. So hopefully it cools down as the sun goes down, but I don't think it will because, man, sleeping when it's hot and gross out, it's not freaking easy. I know, Adam, get an air conditioner. It's going to be 13 degrees on Thursday. It's not like I live in Florida where like it gets hot and it stays hot forever. It gets hot, it stays hot for a couple days, and then it just cools right out. I've lived in this house for 20 years, had air conditioner for the first 2, never really used it. I always opened the window and turned the fan on because the air conditioner consumed way too much electricity for what little work it did. I don't need AC. Thought about getting central air, but then I have the problem of getting the hot air from up here downstairs and recirculating it because the temperature up here versus the temperature downstairs is night and day, big time. So something to consider. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. And until next time, guys, live it to win it and peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.